What's up, guys? We are back. Peach Fuzz, episode
Okay.
13.
Yeah,
Dude,
rolling out
cannot
already.
believe, can't believe this is the last week of the season.
Dude,
Insane.
it's flown by. I was going through my games. Like I had a few days off this past weekend, so I was like kind of like going through my schedule of like all the games I've been to and what I have like on the docket, and it just like doesn't feel real that February feels like 3 weeks ago. Like I
And it's
forgot
like,
games, so many games already. It's flown by.
it's always really busy at the start, of course, with Georgia Dugout Club. We have a couple Rising Stars events mixed in there, and then you kind of find your flow in March. We have our one big Rising Stars event in March, and then right after that, we can like get in a groove of like game, scout blog, game, scout blog. It just kind of flows, and then spring break hits, and then it's like chaos for you at least.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that 3 weeks is like a blur. And then we catch, last week of the season is insane.
Yeah, I think I hit like 26 straight days with a game there for a minute before last weekend. So yeah, just kind of like kept going, and then double headers start, and then
Oh, yeah.
we get
Yeah.
deeper into region play. Like games start meaning a little bit more. It's a little bit more intense. It's longer nights, obviously. I mean, what's a long night in baseball? It's really nothing, but.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been
And
fun, man. But last week of the season, some big games this week too, man.
that's what I was about to say.
Not a-
Speaking of big games, a lot of big region deciders, and guys that are listening, like if you have any games that are region deciders, be sure to like throw them in the chat if you want to. I know we got South Paulding versus Villarica. I
Big
believe
one.
that one's for the region. Northgate versus Noonan. I believe that one is for the region as well. I think they're both tied at first. And guys, too, like region title guys, let us know if you've won your region. Yeah, Northgate, Noonan, both 12-0. So that one decides that one. We're planning on being at one of
That's
those,
fun.
I believe. Northgate, man, like they've put it together. They looked okay at Georgia Dugout Club, but I think they've had some younger kids step up and really make an impact. I see some stuff bouncing around on Twitter and whatnot. But yeah, I know those two are really big. I know Creekview versus Sequoia is going to be big for Creekview to get in. They just won the series over Woodstock, which really helped them. Pope's locked up that region. I think they got Lassiter to finish it.
Yeah, I don't think they've lost yet in that region.
Yeah, no, they're still undefeated. So they're region champs. Lowndes is region champs. Hoco region champs. BT region champs. Loganville's locked it down, I believe.
To the surprise of no one.
Nah, right? Yeah, 10-0 in that region. Yeah, they've locked it up. Winder Barrows in second. Who else? Did North Hall lock it up? Man, I was so excited for that game that I was at. Branson was throwing, and it was.
I don't believe they. I think they have to win this series because I think Pickens still has a
they're
chance.
tied.
Pickens
And
has a chance.
you're gonna hit them up on what, Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, Pickens versus GHC. That'll be a good one. I mean, great. GHC is 13-5. Yeah, Carson, we were just talking about that. You guys in Vegas, I think we may have a PBR guy there. Some for some of those games. That's a really cool event that you guys are at out in Vegas. But then I found out. So GHC. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're listening, I haven't like dove into it completely. The GHSA is changing stuff so much, but GHC is getting put in the private playoffs. So essentially, that bumps up Lupton County and Dawson County into that playoff spot for those guys. I got to look into that the new scoring system that they have, the strength of schedule. I don't even know what they're calling it. They change it so much, but yeah. So that's a crazy shakeup there with like how does Pickens attack that one? Obviously, they want that region spot. North Hall has Chesadee, but man, like I said, I was so excited to see Branson pitch. I had to switch guns in the first, or switch handles of my gun in the first, and I had like couple 88s, 89, and 90. But the last batter, he was like juiced up. And I would be surprised if it was 91, 92. And then, of course, the rain came in. But yeah, that one was fun to watch. Kenny Fowdy is going off for those guys. I think like 12 of his last 12 I saw. He had a sack
I think
fly with the game. The AB that I saw, he had a sack fly before that game got canceled. But yeah, he's on a tear.
that's awesome to hear that. I know he was a little bit banged up in the fall, so I know to get him back healthy to have a big spring for them is huge.
Yeah, had to
Hammy, I
get
believe.
hand surgery. What other big games or region guys? Assuming Harlem's locked up that region, 25-0, 14-0. Yeah, so I think they've locked that up because they've already played West Lawrence. We had a guy down there for that one. Yeah, let us know any other ones. I did see a big one in 2A that surprised me. Oh, Stevens County beat Franklin County in their region series. So that was a bit of a shakeup in that region. That tied Stevens County and Franklin County for second. So it looks like Prince Ave has locked up that region at 11-1. Man, that region's good with Heber and Franklin, Stevens County, Prince Ave.
Oh yeah, it's a fun one there.
Definitely.
Playing for seeding this week in a big matchup. I think Hebron and Franklin play in a series, so that's a big seeding matchup there.
Yeah, and what about the old? I mean, we can call it Avery's region if we want to, but the old Harris County, Stars Mill, Northside, Central. That's been a dogfight. That's been a dogfight in that region.
Stars Mills, for a team that lost a ton of their lineup, has really reloaded with a lot of upper class guys that I was like kind of unaware of before I went and saw them this past week. Ashton Davidson at first looks really good. Nick Madison behind the plate. Eric Lundstrom's playing a big part for them as well. They got some young guys coming up. Brock Rain's playing a big role, both at the plate and on the mound for them as well. Nice. Kyle Rudolph is back. Michigan State commit, looks good, fills it up. So that they're a team that's going to compete. Obviously, state championship last year. Again, lost a lot of that team, but they know how to win. It's a fun team to watch again, and to reload with upper class bats is always good to have in the state playoffs.
Yeah, what about those for you? So you got Stars Mill 13-2, Harris County 12-3, who just beat Northside in their series. Northside's 12-3, Central's 11-4. So yeah, that's been an awesome region. We've got to see all those guys, and it looks like Stars Mill versus Harris County for the end. I didn't realize that was this week. We're gonna have to lock up Avery not to go. Even though I want him to go there, he's gonna be begging to go to that series.
He didn't mention it. Honestly, I talked to him today. I said, "What is your schedule like this week?" And he only had one game lined up. So
he's going.
I'm not sure if he's aware. I don't know if he's even aware. Yeah, I don't even know if he's aware of those games.
Yeah, he's going to be there. And now he's even more juiced up because Harris County has their Colt 45's 14U team in our tournament right now at the PBT Youth Cup, which has been awesome. And they had a 2029 up to 86. I don't think he was going to Harris County, but still he was at, I think, covering that game at midnight last night. So if you get on Avery's good side, he'll come to games for you, which is awesome. He loves it. But yeah, he's Harris County, Stars Mill. I think he's definitely going to be teeing that one up, if I had to imagine, even though he chased him down last week in Northside, which was good. He had some in-laws or something in Columbus, so it worked out for him.
He made a trip of it. So,
dude, that 4A, the 4A playoffs are going to be, I think, could be one of the more electric ones with BT, Altoona, St. Pius, Ware, North Oconee, Marist, Ola, Wayne County, and that whole group of.
Somebody's still got to win that Marist St. Pius region. Druid Hill still has a chance. Marist
is playing really good. I got to see Marist for the first time against Buford. Put it on Buford pretty good. Buford kind of threw the ball around a bit. Wet turf, kind of a nasty game, but I think they're starting to click. I really do. Richardson looked awesome. I think he shoved on the mound against Loganville. So Marist is coming off of a Buford dub and a Loganville win, which is really big, I think, for their confidence. I think David Albert had a pretty good start on the mound recently as well. I know they needed kind of him to step up and, for that 3-game series set with Visons, Richardson, and Albert. But, man, Carrick at the top of the order, really good. I know you've seen him really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, Sheeler's doing what Sheeler does. Loudon is real super consistent, and yeah, they definitely have some pieces to make a run. But yeah, I know you like St. Pius. You've seen them a couple times, like you said. They're still
The
fighting
lineup
for
can
that
hit.
region
They got a
spot.
few bats that can really pitch. Obviously, Mikael Stevenson at the top. Some younger guys behind him. Colton Sumter's looked really good in the mound. I know Avery saw him as well as I did.
Frierson.
Yeah, Frierson as well, doing it as well for them. Connor Teisver is going to be a big guy for them, both on the mound and at the plate. Excuse me, but yeah, that's about them. You mentioned Altoona as well. Cooper Underwood's been as good as it gets in the
Yeah,
state
what
for
about those
pitching
numbers?
right now.
Those are
Yeah, it's
silly.
pretty silly what he's done. I think the last 4 outings have been all one hit or less and double-digit strikeouts. 3 complete game shutouts in there. Just continues to set the Altoona school record for Ks in a game as well. Just kind of doing it all. That lineup's deep and experienced as well. They're getting some big impact from some young guys like Parker Hope as well, who's looked really good. I believe he's batting in the 3 or 4 hole for them.
Yep.
Guys like Cruz Paul and Anthony Planeta, who've also been awesome this year. So that lineup's good.
Super steady. Yeah.
Sam Tomzak behind the mound. Cooper
Yeah,
Slayton
that's
as
a
well.
good senior group for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's a really good team. They're really well coached. They play well together. They kind of play for each other. So it's a team that's got hot. I think they went on a crazy run there to finish the year, I believe, or they're on a run right now. I think they've won a few games in a row here. But yeah, that's a fun team. Saw them a couple times. Obviously, Georgia Club, and then the 16K game against Dalton.
Yeah. And speaking of records, I don't know if you've seen them, but I've seen so many guys racking up like career strikeout records. So we had Worley was the first one at 200. Hunter Atkins was it 200 or 300? I think he might have been at 300. Who else did I see? Peavy was at 300. Yeah. I think Jackson Peavy's having an insane year. That was a couple more. Dang it. I just saw him too because Reese Grodman, I believe he was at 200 for model, which just is a 26. So that's 200 for Reese. That's a pretty big one there, just being a junior, which is awesome for him. He's been a guy that we've followed for a long time. But yeah, it's cool. I wish we've talked about it before, but I wish there was a way just for us to keep up with that stuff so much easier. It's so fun to dig into all the stats and career stats and all that stuff. Anybody out there that can develop an app, let me know. Let's get these stats from Georgia all into one place. In one place, like I said, a game changer is being kept.
Yeah, I don't have to go game by. I don't have to go game by game and put you guys' stats together, which I don't mind doing, but I would like for it to be a little bit easier. And my my app making skills are not double plus.
Yeah,
so
I know my brother-in-law went to Georgia Tech, and he's like pretty good with that kind of stuff. So I'm like teasing him with the idea, and actually my other brother-in-law is the same way. It's like, my wife's brother, same way. He's like super engineer brain, like crazy smart, and he actually worked for a company that like developed apps and ideas and stuff. And it's just I've always wanted to do it. I've always had the idea of it, and it's just like if I could just click right here and just start looking at stats and shouting out guys, I would love to do it. But anyways, big week ahead. Like we mentioned, we're definitely I'll probably be 4 or 5 get days. You'll probably be 5 for 5. Avery will probably
5 for 5 for sure. Weather permitting. I haven't really looked. I know it's
I think it's awesome.
I think it's like 85 tomorrow and then like 69 on Tuesday, which is cool with me. I'll take both of that all day long.
Yeah, we're good. I think Monday through Friday we're cruising.
Yeah, I'll take that. So yeah, I'm 5 for 5. Gonna hit my 100th game of the spring this week. So
yeah, we need to do
always
our
a good
tally.
day.
I think we've hit every classification, obviously by far. I think we even got into the 1A Division 2 once or twice. 1A Division 1, we've seen a ton.
Yeah,
that's going to be a really fun playoff series.
GIAA teams in there as well.
And I was going to mention that they play like into May. I was looking at.
I saw that.
We haven't got to see Tallulah Falls.
No, I wanted to put that Gatewood First Presbyterian game on the schedule. I think.
Then we got Gatewood versus Gatewood versus Tallulah Falls as well on April 29th. So I know
Also
like
good.
Gatewood
Yeah.
was one we definitely wanted to see. Strong Rock as well. I went down there for the Pinewood Christian, Citizens Christian, and caught 2 innings, which was a bummer.
Got
But
rained out. Yeah, that stinks.
yeah, that's good that they're playing like that. I need to text Tallulah Falls coach and see what that like playoff see what that playoff looks like for them. Because what is that? Because I think they're in the GISA, the GISA, I believe. But yeah, GHSA is doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And we did get confirmation last time we were on here. The Walker coach texted me after and said everyone in that 1A region is making the playoffs. So
That's
that region, what is it? Yeah, Region 5. So that the Wesleyan, Mount Perrin, Whitefield, Walker, Landmark, Fellowship, Kings Ridge, Weber, Padilla, Mount Vernon, they're all making the playoffs, which is crazy. Like you look at this, like 7 and 4 is in like 6th place in this region, which is insane.
Yeah.
Wesleyan's still rolling at 11 and 0. Mount Perrin's 10 and 1.
Did somebody win the Forsyth region last week, or is that up for grabs still? I believe that's still up for grabs. Like I mean, we talk about it a lot, but like it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, obviously we talk about Avery a lot this week. He had a big week this week. He stayed through. Guy had a big moment from Josh Gibbs, which was pretty cool to see. It was a really good week, obviously, for the boys. But Forsyth Central, I believe, won like 8 straight. I think they lost the last one, but I think they won 8 straight region games to take the lead.
So West has it 12 and 6. Forsyth is 11 and 6. So West has, who do they have left? Oh, so West Forsyth. So we're gonna have to go to one of those. So it's West Forsyth for first place. And honestly, like I know Forsyth Central wins games. They got Gibbs, they got Brady Smith, the Roach brothers, or Cousins brothers. I mean, they got some guys, but like I didn't expect that. Seeing that at Georgia Dugout Club, West is kind of the same way. Like I love the West lineup, but I just felt like the arms, like some of these bats, like Denmark and South Forsyth, I felt like they were going to get to them, but man, they've been so consistent. They got a couple committed seniors that are shoving. I think the one dude had 14 Ks this week. Schechter, maybe.
Jacob Schechter.
Yeah, I think he had complete game, 14K performance, which is crazy. But yeah, we called this at the beginning of the year. I had a feeling, like I knew about this region just growing up with all these teams. And I'm like, dude, this is going to be chaos. And sure enough, chaos it is.
Yeah, it was like I forget what day it was. Tuesday night, I went out to Georgia Tech after I went down and saw Stars and East Covina, and I was like talking to Alex Hernandez before the game, and I was like, what's up, you guys? Like about to win region? And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, Central, and he's like, no, we're not. And I'm like, 8 straight region wins. Like it's right around the corner. Like this is time. This is the time. So like he was unaware as well, like of how much of a run they've went on. But obviously he's going on a tear at the collegiate
level.
level.
Denmark. Denmark's 11 and 7. South is 10 and 7 in 4th, and Denmark has Alpharetta left. And let's see who South has left.
Probably North.
I mean, I don't want to face any of these guys in the playoffs. I don't know how they're matching up, but like I don't want any of them. Like they all. So North Atlanta. Oh, so South Forsyth. Correct us if we're wrong. I guess they didn't get the 3rd game in. So, dang, that's brutal for South. So South is about to play 4 straight days with playoffs on the line. So they're about to go North Atlanta tomorrow, Forsyth Central makeup game Tuesday, North Atlanta Wednesday, North Atlanta Thursday.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's going to be a stretch.
Still, yeah. So the winning streak in region for Forsyth Central stands true. 8 straight. If they did play the Friday game.
Yes, that's correct. 8 straight. Yeah, they'd be 8-4 and 8-3. Dang, that's crazy. I hope South can pull it out. I know Coach Bear over there does a great job with those guys. Cohen.
That senior group really. They ran into Lowndes last year in the playoffs, so I know they want to bounce back and try to make a deeper run this year. So,
but still, as long as they get in, like I think that these guys can hang. I need to start looking at the matchups. I think the guy we have in South Georgia covering some games, he went over to Hoko to watch them against Lee, and I think it looks like Pope Hoko third round potentially.
Yeah, that's silly. I don't like. I'm already nervous for when playoff matchups come out because I get overwhelmed so fast. It's like when the MPI schedule comes out. I try not to look at it until it's 2 weeks out because I'll just get so overwhelmed.
You just want
with
to
all
be
the
everywhere
matchups.
at once.
I just want to be everywhere at once. So I know when the playoff schedule comes out, I'm just gonna be so stressed out for a couple of days. But I mean,
I know.
we'll be
It's
everywhere. Obviously, I think we've covered more games this spring than I think we ever have as a group.
Easily.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
easily.
it's been insane.
I've definitely
Obviously,
gone more. And
yeah,
I'm just going because it's been that good. I don't know.
It's
I
wide. It's
chased
been
them
wide open. Every region's
Yeah.
been good. There hasn't been really too many runaway. I mean, obviously there's some really good teams in the state, but there's been a lot of good competition every night, and some young guys are getting some playing time. We're seeing some 27 arms really stand out and become major guys this year. So I think
And that's my favorite.
Yeah, obviously.
And then, dude, last week, or was that last week or the weekend? Or that was last week. Hayes versus Breck got canceled on Monday, so that's why I went to Buford. That was going to be so good. There was going to be 4 or 5 coaches there. I had it teed up. I was like, this is going to be the best matchup of the year.
That was the one.
Speaking of, I guess we can go ahead and start announcing. But both those guys locked in for future games, which is awesome. Breck and Hayes, both right-handed pitch short suck guys to start. Those invites are going to start rolling out here soon. Obviously, top prospect games is the big one for that. And speaking of that, it's going to sell out in the next, week or 2 weeks. So, we have most of our invites sent out. There's still a few trickling in from guys that we're seeing this spring, but guys requesting, make sure to get in there before we close it off. Obviously, with gameplay, we got to shut it off, and just with the amount of teams, and want to make sure everybody gets plenty of innings, plenty of ABs. And then I don't know if you guys saw as you were jumping on the live, we released our Southeast Super Sophomore Games official announcement at 8 today. So that went out to all the Southeast states. So that's us, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Florida. So we will have the Southeast Super Sophomore Games at Lake Point, August 2nd and 3rd. That will be a showcase the first day with a game that night and then another game the following day. So the idea behind this is it got kind of kicked off last year is, with the new recruiting rule, obviously August 1, all these 27s are uncommitted. We don't have any committed 27s. So we're going to have 25 or I guess now 36, probably 40-ish 27s at the future games for us between Team Georgia, Florida, and Team Select. So typically in the past, before the recruiting rule, we would have, the class below involved as well, because obviously those guys will be committing soon, especially some of the top end guys. But now it's changed so much. We wanted to have an event for the 2028s, and we thought about doing just a Georgia event, but we felt like having Lake Point, those dates, let's get the whole Southeast together. So this is going to be really fun. I'm super excited for it. We'll obviously be picking, majority of the team from the top prospect games. We are going to invite a select 2029s as well. So we're looking at about 50 spots, 2 teams for Georgia is kind of the plan as of now. So that event is live on the website. No invites for it have gone out yet, but they will start rolling out once we get those invites set up. So yeah, super pumped for that event.
Yeah, the game 1 under the lights will be electric. I think that'll be pretty good. So, yeah, for sure. I think obviously this 28, the 28 group we have coming up is pretty special as well. So I think the group will be fun and juiced up to compete against some of these other quality states we have coming.
Yeah, and just I know, obviously the recruiting landscape is super tricky right now. The 27s, obviously coaches are going to be locked in on you guys this summer, but 28s, they're building their list. That there's already guys bouncing around this spring, chasing some young guys, building some list. I've been at some games with a couple guys already this year that are already building those lists. So whenever I was kind of reaching out to some coaches, hey, if we had this at Lake Point, August 2nd and 3rd, yep, we'll be there. It was easy, having that many 28s in the Southeast all in one place. I mean,
Yeah, it's
arguably
crazy.
some of the best baseball in the country. The Texas, Louisiana super sophomore games at the same time is going to be really good too. But I think we'll pull a lot of those Southeast schools and get eyes on you guys so they can build that list, so they can follow you. And evaluation's key for this. Obviously, they have a full year to evaluate you guys. So if you can get on those lists early and they keep tabs on you for a full year, I think it can go a long way. With the transfer portal and everything else, it's a bit crazy. So we're trying to get eyes on you guys as much as we can. So yeah, Southeast Super Sophomore Games, August 2nd and 3rd. We're going to have some sponsors there. First Form. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's a big partnership for prep baseball now, which is really, really cool. They do a really awesome job when they come to events. We're hoping to have them at Top Prospect Games, hooking you guys up with what we got. What they have, like beef sticks, protein bars, hydration
protein
packs,
shakes,
like, you name it.
hydration packs. Yeah, like it's some of the best protein I've had. And like for somebody who likes mixing it with water, like I'm not to like shamelessly plug the new sponsor, but it's like easily the best protein to mix with water that I've had by far. And I've drank a bunch recently. The different, just trying what I like, and it's really
the
good.
story is we're gonna make it cool for you guys.
Yeah, peanut butter and jelly flavor, like come on.
Nice. Yeah, we're trying to make it. We're gonna make it really good. Top Prospect Games. We're gonna do some swag bag stuff this year. It's like loaded up. Yeah, we were talking about it, and they're telling me what all's in it this year, and it's like it's loaded up. There's some really, really good stuff in there. Some free seeds. We couldn't put the seeds in the swag bag because of turf. That wouldn't go well with the Lake Point guys. But yeah, there's some like free seeds in there. So yeah, there's some really cool stuff. We're really excited for that.
It's gonna be a good summer, man.
What else?
It's lining up well.
I need to look back even what I saw last week. I got to see Kings Ridge. I really like that lineup.
Quieter week for me.
Yeah.
No. I mean, obviously, you got to see another future gamer. Just want to drop it. I mean, Chubb Jones again was electric on the mound this past week. We'll see him this summer for Team Georgia as well to fit in that rotation that's already looking quite electric now with a few invites already going out. But yeah, up to 96 this past week again after I saw him with 97 earlier in the spring. Pitched out some curveball. Dude, breaking off the splitter, landing the slider whenever he wanted. Pitched out at some jams like a guy I really liked. I know he hit well for you earlier in the spring, but Henry, what's his last name?
Brookshire,
yeah. So I didn't want to get it wrong, but Brookshire barreled two balls off Chubb, took one backside for a triple earlier, and then barreled another one backside that got caught by the first baseman, but it was roped. And
really good player.
Yeah, was in a tough spot against Brookshire again in his third AB Chubb, and with guys on second and third, and snapped off a 3-2 splitter that like took Brookshire to a knee. And it was just impressive to see like that pitchability from that kid at his young age. Like from the rawness I saw last year and over the summer, like obviously the arm talent's like it's as good as it gets, but like the pitchability and just like the aptitude to actually get out there and like step on the mound and show you can pitch and like show your whole mix and not just try to blow fastballs by guys was huge to see. And I think that's going to be massive for his development over the next 12 months because this is going to be a kid who's probably going to throw 100 with the 85 to 90 mile an hour slider. So, I mean, the sky's the limit, and seeing this pitchability now is huge. Obviously, he's going to spray some balls with that kind of velo at that age, but I think it's impressive to see right now what he's doing and what McEachern's doing as a whole. Again, I think this game got cut short due to rain. I think Villarica got the win 2-0, but this McEachern team, man, 19-5. I think they had 12 wins last year, even less wins the year before. They just keep getting better. Still very, very young. I don't believe there's only 2 or 3 seniors. Junior behind them played. Jordan Stokes is like doing everything for them. He's kind of the defensive leader, and he's leading the team, I think, in almost every offensive category as well for them. So it's been huge, bat and lead off. So that's just a fun team to watch. They're going to have a tough road in the playoffs, but they're going to be gritty. They're well coached, and I think it's going to be a good one to watch. And I was glad to get out there one more time before we get to that playoff time here in a week.
Yeah, and I know those playoff matchups start coming out. I guarantee you, everybody in the States doesn't want to face Harry Jones Jr. in the first round.
No, you get that game one. It's like 96 already. Sweet. That's what we're starting with, and like it's 3 pitches.
And it can mess up your whole weekend. Like these kids don't. These kids haven't seen that. Yeah. Shout out Dalton Geeky. That's his pitching guy. I told you that he was like went to Georgia Highlands.
I met him on Thursday night as well. He was there, and
Yeah,
we were walking out in
quite
the
the
rain,
pitcher
and
himself.
finally, yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
He was a pitching position guy turned pitcher at Highlands, and then he got drafted by the Braves and had a pretty good minor league career. But he's obviously working with Chubb and obviously really paying off. That curveball that you sent me was pretty crazy. He can just pick up on something like that mid-season.
Yeah, he's doing some stupid stuff right now. It's fun to watch. And again, this
Yeah,
just his talent.
my week was kind of the same way. Monday was kind of all over the place. Ended up jumping over to Buford to see those guys. Like I mentioned, Maris is playing some great baseball right now. And then game in between was Whitefield and Kingsridge. So got a chance to see Owen McKeeby, 2028 for them, up to 85. Nice. Kid's going to throw really hard, playing shortstop for him. Luke Linder, sophomore third baseman, had a bomb. Chip Gligorski was actually on the mound, which you don't see every day. I know he threw a little bit over the summer, but he threw really well against those guys. Good lineup.
Yeah. I think he's had a couple big outings this year for them. I think they've needed him to throw some games, and he's stepped up a couple times. Yeah, I mean, you need it.
Yeah, Lee Holt had a really good day, a couple hits. Thought he got one, just hit off the top of the wall for a double, and then he had a big RBI single up the middle. But I know we talked about it, like we've seen him in a showcase setting, and the numbers that he can put up are pretty crazy. They're some of the best in the class for that 2027 group, which that's really saying something. But I think for him, it's just understanding what he can do at the dish. I think it's really starting to come into play now, and I think we could see him have a really big summer. I think he's going to be on Kane Southeast, playing maybe with the national team some, and they'll be an MPI, so that'll be really fun to see those guys there. Him and Gallison, Franatovic is on that team as well, so that's definitely a good team to see this summer. But I think he's definitely one that could click pretty easily this summer, playing behind the dish or over at first. But just to mention real quick, the PBT Youth Cup, I know just really fun event, kind of switched it up for us. Was able to see a bunch of 14U guys, Smart Tents, Astros, Jackets, Team Elite, all the top 14U Georgia teams. So really fun weekend. We had Avery still grinding it out there. We were hoping to let him jump on here in a sec.
If we can keep him focused for 5 minutes, then I'll be shocked. But he deserves to be on here for the grind that he puts in. I would love to have him.
If not, we'll get him next week. But he probably has 50 videos on his phone right now from Lake Point that he's probably. I think
that's like a low number. Like I said, like last year in the playoffs. No, it was actually state championships was the first time I had worked with Avery. He asked me to come out and watch some games with me. We got poured on for 6 hours at Gwinnett, and we stood in the rain. This kid had a clipboard, a cardboard clipboard that expanded to about 6 inches that he was writing his notes on. Sat in the rain with me for 6 hours, and then text me the next morning, what time do we have to be back? And I was like, oh well, got one here. This is gonna be one, because nobody really. I mean, obviously there's people that grind like me out here, but I don't really meet too many people that do it all the time. And it's been fun to see him thrive in this role, and it's pretty cool to watch. And over the summer and the spring, he's just kind of fell into it while working another job as well. I know he's doing his day job still. I know he just graduated from Kennesaw, so it's cool, man. I like seeing young kids work hard. So it's awesome.
And the biggest thing is young kids watching this, or players that want to be scouts one day. It's understanding what your role is, and he truly gets that. He gets so pumped up over these younger kids that we've never seen before, and which is awesome. And he somehow finds these kids first off. Obviously we find them too, but I don't know how he finds some of these kids that he does. And
he texted me a name today that I had no idea who they were at first, and I was like, let me look, and I was like, wow, I probably should have known who this was, and I didn't before he texted me. But I'm shout out to Avery. He puts the work in, and it shows on the content.
I think he's about to jump on.
Oh man, he's gonna be all upset because we're just giving him all this credit, and he doesn't deserve it.
Let's see.
Big week though. Some fun games coming up.
Yeah, huge week. Hop on now. Yes. Really fun week. creepy. I got to plan on getting over to the old alma mater on Friday for the Sequoia rivalry for them to try to clinch a playoff spot. Luke Gutowski should be on the mound game 3. Georgia Tech commit, future gamer for us. So we've only got to see him once this year. So I wanted to get one more look.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped to see some of the guys I'm seeing this week because it's a lot of guys that I haven't got to see this spring. So I'm like kind of fired up for that. So
I think Avery's going to go Parkview versus Brookwood on Tuesday.
Yeah, that was the only game he had on his schedule when I talked to him earlier was that. So
Soto will be going. I saw Malachi this weekend at the Lake Point tournament. And dude, what about the year he's having? That's
I just
a,
love
12
bombs. Like, I mean, Kate better watch out. You know, like Kate was hitting up stupid numbers the last couple of years, and Malachi's like, all right, I'll be the guy now, and now he's gonna hit
hitting almost
15
600
this spring. You know, he's doing everything. I mean, that lineup's kind of struggled this year, and he's kind of carried that team, and now they look like a playoff team as well. Obviously, they can get hot at any time with that lineup. So with him hitting the way he's hitting, if some guys step up at the right time, they can make a deep run.
Yeah, man, I think the mound probably too for them. They just need one more guy. I think obviously Porter's going to give you 5, 6, 7
I think
strong.
Did we mention him earlier? I think he just hit 200 Ks.
Oh, nice! Well. I did not see that one. That's awesome. Yeah, future gamer for us.
Yeah, he just hit that as well. So shout out to Porter. That's pretty cool. But yeah,
it's good stuff. It's always fun seeing all that stuff pop up. I try to throwing some congrats out there for region championships and things like that.
Some of these guys are putting up silly numbers, man. Like just dominating stuff. I mean, the year that Dean Livingston's having, I think he's hitting 400, 7 bombs, 85 Ks on the bump, sub 2 ERA. You know,
what did you say? Coop had 75 Ks.
That was in his last 6 starts. I didn't even
so that was
he's just on a run right now where he's just shoving. So he's had a 16K, a 14K, a 13K. I think his last start, he faced 15 batters, struck out 12 of them, and 4 over 4. So I mean, he just continues to do it, and somebody's gonna provide. The pitching continues to get better. The numbers that Sharman's putting up as well are huge on the mound.
Yeah, I got Colin Anderson's stat line the other day. That's
I mean he's on a ho hum 16 game hitting streak as a freshman in region play. You know, that's just silly. So that's a thing.
We're getting no camera Avery, but we're gonna get in here to talk to him for a minute.
No camera Avery. This man's sitting in his truck stressed out right now.
He's on his way home from the tournament. So guys, cut him some slack.
Okay.
He's been there since 10 a.m. and he was there at midnight last night.
He goes
Avery,
hard. We know.
What's up, boys?
We've been giving you some love. We said you were there till midnight last night. You've been there since 10 a.m. today. So we'll give you no camera. We won't let the people see your face yet, but next week we'll follow you up again next week.
No, yeah, it's finally good to be on. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, obviously we'd be here forever if you started talking about all your games, but we gave you some love for finding some of these young guys that have really been pop-up guys that are going to be real dudes in the future. So just give us a couple names, couple teams. I'll let you start with Harris County. That was a huge find. Obviously that region is loaded. We were just talking about that region, the 4-way kind of battle with Stars Mill, Harris County, Central, and Northside. So yeah, what you got on Harris County?
Yeah, so Caden Dimitri kind of popped up out of nowhere. It was up to 89 on the bump, threw the ball well against Central.
Yep, freshman.
Yes, sir. And
yep.
Yeah, and I made the trip back to go see him, and Vila was down a little bit, but still was throwing the ball around well. And then cousin Will Dimitri is another solid freshman for them who is pretty good at the plate as well.
Nice. Yeah, that was pretty good matchup, right? I know. That was a good matchup though with talent wise, pretty even with Northside and Harris County. Obviously Harris County got the two games, but definitely both teams to watch out for in the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Yep. All right. Who else? Who else we got? Throw another team out there that you've popped up on this spring.
As far as young guys, or just in general?
Yeah, just anybody. Just some of your favorite guys, some of your favorite teams that you saw so far.
Ooh. Favorite teams.
It can be anybody. It doesn't have to be favorite. We're just trying to get you rolling on some guys here.
You want to like break down my week, or just like kind of throughout?
Yeah. Let's go week. Let's go this past week. What you got?
Okay, Mason Peak Tuesday. He was climbed
up to 92.
92, yes, sir.
Nice.
Good way to start. That's a good way to start the week.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, you're screwed now. You're on the spot. So
I know. I had what I was gonna say in my mind, and I'm
blanking. No.
Yeah.
I had said it before you came on. If we got you locked in for 5 minutes, I'd be fired up. So
what about let's just go back to your boys, the Maynard Jackson guys. You popped up at Maynard Jackson early in the year without me even saying anything. What'd you think about those guys? Region champs, undefeated in their region. What you got on them?
I loved it. They brought the energy, and I mean it was electric over there. Pierce Henry popped up at preseason All-State. I know you got back out to look at him, and he's performed well. Thornton Wilder was a young arm for them.
Freshman.
Yes, sir. Filled up the zone. And then Seth Jeter.
Yep.
Huge year. I just saw a graphic for him.
Yeah.
I think he was hitting close to 500, couple jacks. That's a huge uncommitted guy too. Like that kid can help a school at the next level right away.
Yeah. Always rakes at Lake Point as well.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw him,
he does do that on
five for five. Last time I saw him, something like that. He had like a silly day in the fall.
Sorry, I'm a little juiced up. I just had a walk off.
I knew this was coming. We knew.
Oh, you got a walk off? Who won it?
For the chip. Prime.
Georgia guys, they got them.
Yeah.
That team's loaded. That USA Prime 14U team is loaded. Shout out to Astros for sticking in it. What was the final score? I saw 12-12 in the fourth.
Yeah. Prime put 11 runs in one inning in the second, and I mean the East Cobb just battled back. Like they didn't go down easy. They took them to extra innings.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's going to be a fun team to follow for sure. We got Xavier Rodriguez over on USA Prime representing for the Georgia guys. But that Astros team is going to be fun. A lot of kids that can really hit. Shout out Lil Kiz is on there. Cade Kiz's little brother's on there. So that's another BT guy coming through the system here soon.
Yeah. Rich get richer with that pipeline they have coming up, man. The 27 and 28 group. I mean, the 29 group as well. It's pretty good. Yeah.
I was just trying to look at some other sleepers that you had. I know you had your schedule on here. I was just peeking at it from a little bit. It's earlier in March. Well, yeah, we just wanted to get you on. We've given you some love for the work you're putting in this spring. I know the guys are super appreciative of it. The guys are starting to learn who you are, which is cool. When you come out to games, Peyton Robideau is giving you some big love at Whitefield.
The guy.
Wanting you to come see him again. I think he's going tomorrow, maybe against Kings Ridge in the region game. I think. We forgot. Did you know Harris County and Stars Mill play this week for the region title?
Yes, sir. That's a big one.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we said we're gonna have to drag even though we'd love for you to go to that one, big time game. We were like, wonder if he knows about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm eyeing a few this week.
Yeah, sure. We're giving you a big matchup Tuesday with Brookwood and Parkview. You juiced up for that one?
Heard Soto's going, so that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, hopefully.
We're just talking about the crazy year Malachi's having as well, so it'd be good to get some eyes on him again. Future gamer LSU commit who just continues.
Chairs fill up behind home at
get there early.
So get your stool ready back there. So
I've got him trained. I've got him trained well with the stool, and the getting there early. We're locked in with that. So
yeah.
Did y'all mention my game Friday?
No.
I was gonna just show Tillery some love. Ty Tillery up to 93.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, doubleheader.
Complete game shutout.
Blake Harrington too. How'd you like that outing?
Yeah, really good. He
Yeah,
up to 89, I believe.
nice. And that's just like he's just going to get better. It's like it's QB1, it's competitor. He was a junior future gamer back a few years ago. Really good makeup on the kid. Like I knew he was a quarterback, but like when I saw some highlights, I'm like he's got a shot to go play at like a mid major or something probably as a
Yep.
quarterback. But I think he really loves baseball and he can do a lot on the mound. But yeah, I was glad to see you catch that matchup as well. Glad to see Tillery back doing what he's doing. I know he's had a bit of a long road, but same thing for him. Dual sport guy, getting offers for
Yeah.
football as well.
He had a tough injury in the fall, and like they just slowly tick back. I know, like he was bounced back. I know he didn't throw a lot in the summer
Delivery looked
either.
really
So,
good.
yeah, it's getting way cleaner. Like he's
Yeah.
loosening up. Like it's getting the velo continues to tick up. The breaking ball is good. I think they're a really good squad as well. Shout out to Hudson Reed as well over there. I think he has 12 bombs as
Dude,
well this
what are
spring.
we doing? Like,
Yeah, I click on Twitter every morning. I see, oh, here goes picking up my backside for number 12. You know, like he just does it every
I'm waiting
night.
to see a commitment. I'm waiting to see a
Yeah,
commitment. I
you
know it's
you
like
need that happen. It's probably the most power you're gonna find. I mean, this 26 group still has a lot of power.
him and
left.
Richardson. Him and Rich. I think
Logan Weidman as well. Like
yeah,
it's pretty silly.
yeah. That's three power bats. I mean, and Richardson's really getting rolling. He had kind of a little bit of an injury he went to an all-star football game and kind of had a little tweak in his hand, I think. But yeah, he's back swinging with really good at the plate. But yeah, really good matchups this week, Avery. Just want to let you hop on a second. We'll
Yes,
get
sir.
you on full show next week. Obviously, this week you're like I said earlier, you're probably going to be a 5-for-5 gamer along with me. I'll probably go 4-for-5. I think I'm going to take off Wednesday, but yeah, we'll get you back on. Good stuff with the PBT Youth Cup. How many videos you think you got in the chamber?
I think I'm upwards of 80 probably.
Yeah, I said 50, but
and I knew that was a
more.
low number. Low number.
Yeah, it's climbing.
Well, we know we got a lot of duplicate hits, so like
Yeah,
throw
I'm gonna
those off to
combine
the
them.
side. Yeah,
Yeah.
keep the good stuff. Don't be up too late tonight. You got a big week ahead. But yeah, good stuff, man. Thanks again. Great coverage this spring. Good stuff at the PBT Youth Cup. A lot of fun there, 14 you guys. But yeah, we'll see where you're going tomorrow. We'll talk later. But
Yes, sir.
but yeah, thanks for jumping on. We'll see you.
Yeah,
Avery.
I appreciate it. Sorry, it wasn't as fluid as I wanted it to be, but it was.
Hey,
It'll
first
make do.
timer. Yeah, yeah.
We're on episode 13 here. We got a little bit of a.
One more thing.
Yeah.
I am confirmed going to see your guy Jonah Witten tomorrow.
Oh, the guy. That's my
Yeah,
boy.
I'm gonna go see Gordon Lee one more time before the playoffs. They did just lose their first game, but wanted to see them one more time, and they're playing Silverdale Baptist, which actually has some Georgia guys on it. Brody Raby is a freshman for them. Jonah Witten moved up there recently, so he's up there as well. So yeah, a little bit different of a matchup. Mix it up before the playoffs start here. Trying to catch Gordon Lee one more time. I'm not sure where they'll be for the playoffs, but yeah, not too bad of a drive north to Chickamauga. But yeah, I'll let you know how Jonah is tomorrow.
Yes, sir. And real quick before I leave, shout out Josh Gibbs.
Yeah.
Oh,
shout out Josh
we mentioned
Gibbs.
it. Yeah, that was a big segment. Yeah, they're on an eight game winning streak in the region, so it's big to see that squad and a pretty cool moment for you to get because I know you're running back and forth underneath the bleachers.
Underneath it.
Yeah, it's not a fun time. It's not a fun time. Like you can cleanly either clock yourself in the forehead or in the shins at any point in time in that day. So that's a tough night, and to get that moment is pretty cool. After I believe it was extra innings as well. So yeah, shout out. That was
definitely knocked the hat off of my head a few times. But
yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
I mean, it's kind of a fun spot though. Like you're tucked away.
No, it's cool. It's
good
cool.
video, but you might knock your head on the pole
behind home. But yeah, the open sides are fine. But
yeah. Well, yeah, sweet. Yeah, good stuff. Huge bomb from Josh Gibbs. Forsyth Central's playing out of their minds right now. I will tell you, Avery, we were looking. So they didn't play that third game versus South Forsyth. So South Forsyth is about to have to play 4 straight days of region ball with North Atlanta 3 games and Forsyth Central on Tuesday. So yeah, that's gonna be insane.
Yeah, loaded week for sure.
Sweet. Well, awesome, man. Good stuff. everybody, I'll see you out there this week. Make sure to say what's up to Avery. He's grinding for you guys. But yeah, we'll see you this week, Avery.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Yep. See it. Nice.
I told you, yeah, we
Good
had to
stuff,
get him
Avery.
locked in for 5 minutes. It's all we needed because it's going to be hard. He's going to be too fired up for this. He loves it too much, and it's so fun.
And if I mean, he makes me want to video more the way he does. Obviously, like I have a pretty good feel for doing it as long as I have. Like you want to be videoing at all times. Mostly, you never know what you're going to get. But he's the epitome of that. Like he literally videos everything. And that's just like you got to stay committed to it, and he is. And tweets get overwhelmed when you get backed up, but like that dude will get all 80 of those tweets out. It might be Tuesday. It might be Tuesday,
and it might be 2 a.m. on Tuesday, or like 6:45 before he leaves for work in the morning. You know, like they'll get out. You know, but like it does not matter. But I remember we're gonna shout out Landon Arroyos for like really giving him the love for that video taking, because like he got a video of the state championships. I looked over at his face after getting the video. Yeah, and his jaw is just hanging down like in a cartoon for like 5 minutes, and that like really was what set him off. And like now his video taking is just like he can't stop. He has worse FOMO than me, and I didn't know that was.
And
really
we told who we tell Espinoza and Arroyos at the Gwinnett County Media Day. We're like, guys, like, do y'all have like a jersey, like a Grayson jersey, you know, something for Avery? Because like Grayson was his team last year. Like,
oh my God,
Grayson made a run that a lot of people didn't see coming, but he got to see them early in the playoffs, and he just fell in love with Grayson, with Espinoza and Arroyos and Woodard. So yeah, Grayson kind of put Avery on the map with his videoing ability. But yeah, I know you mentioned it earlier, but interns, you know, if you're ever working in the scouting industry, it's like the work like that is what's going to get you to the next level. Building good relationships. Baseball world, it's all about who you know. That's in anything, but especially in the baseball industry, it's all about who you know. It's about how hard you work. Can you talk to people? You know, like going to games. I love talking to parents. You know, I was talking with 4 or 5 of the dads at Buford, a couple guys at Marist. So it's just fun interacting with everybody. That we have such a good
for lots of reasons, you know, like just meeting these people. They're good people, you know. Like I mean, it's not all just baseball. Like you see these people a lot. Obviously, whether it's in the summer at showcases, at high school games, these parents, these coaches, like it's good. It's good relationships.
Like another thing I just thought of, Ben Fussell had a crazy night in the doubleheader. What did I see? You made me think of parents. Chad Fussel's awesome. He offered to like bring me food on my way to Citizens Christian if I didn't have time to grab food. And
that's my guy.
I was gonna look up Ben's night that he had in the doubleheader. It was pretty crazy.
Who was that against?
Where's it at? I thought I just saw it. It was like 6 for 6 with like 3 doubles, a triple, something crazy. Dang,
this past week?
Yeah, it was just recently.
I think that's the same night that another uncommitted bat had a big night as well.
Yeah, so they got the sweep on veterans, which is huge for them. Let me look at that region actually. But yeah, I went 6 for 6 with 2 doubles, a triple, 2 RBIs, 7 runs, and he was intentionally walked 4 times. So needless to say, he was swinging a hot bat. So shout out Ben there. I know we had him on the podcast earlier in the year. That's a team I wouldn't want to run into either. In the playoffs, we mentioned last week, but playing some really good ball against some tough teams at the spring break experience, got the sweep over veterans, putting up some big numbers. That puts them, I think that locks up 3rd in that region for them now. Yeah, so that was a big one for them. Lee County picked up the 2 seed, Coffee with the 3 seed, but yeah, I wouldn't want to run into them, especially if Gavin McElroy's throwing the way he did at Lake Point, and then McMillan and Brax Carson, if they're hitting the way they hit at Lake Point too, and Strickland, obviously.
And Brax Carson was showing like legit above average defense in center field as well for them. So like that's a big piece they added as well, to have that defense and that glove in center field with the bat that he's showing. Like the juice was real. He went over the batter's eye at Lake Point. He went pull side 400 feet as well. So That's big. That veteran series. Shout out to Brandon Mercer. Went deep in game one twice. I believe both times off of off of Michael Strickland, which is huge for them. Uncommitted.
Yeah, that's a
uncommitted
big
25 there. He's had an
Yeah,
up
that's
and
a
down
huge-
year offensively, but the tools are very real. Could be a huge piece, whether it's at the JUCO level. Lower D1. It could be anywhere. He's got the tools to make it and to show against
And
an
he's
arm like that.
young. He's a young 20.
Yeah,
young
young
25.
25 as well. Could be a 26 if he wanted to be. So like that's a guy to be on people's radar as well. Up to 93 on the mound as well with a really good breaker as well. So can do it, can check some boxes, and obviously to have a showing like that, it's kind of a barn burner series with Coffee. They scored a ton of runs, and I think every game in that series was kind of back and forth. So that was big. Just want to give a shout out there. I know he had a big week, so that was cool.
Yeah, shout out to Tyson Gannis, a couple bombs against.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he was smoking balls during Balfour Bartow, but like just wasn't getting him out front and was pulling them foul. So the juice is there, but to pull two in a game for him is huge. And if he starts showing power in the playoffs in that lineup, I think he hits 7th or 8th in that lineup. So if he starts producing and flipping that lineup over at the back end with power, I mean, it can't get any better for that lineup right there. That looks as good as anybody's in the state right now as we get to playoff time.
Yeah, the guy that was down there, he was it was pretty crazy at Hoko, especially with the region title on the line. That place was packed. You know how those chairs are. We'll pull up to the parking lot at 4:00 for a 5:00 game, and they're 4 rows deep of chairs already.
Oh my god, yeah,
and
insane.
So he texted me and was like, dude, I just missed a Gannis bomb. And I was like, well, someone had to get it. We know Gannis' dad. I was like, we'll get it from somebody, which we don't always do. But being there, we're Tyson's probably first varsity home run if I had to guess. And he was like, oh, we're good. He just hit another one. I'm like, oh, nice. So yeah, that's dude. I don't know if I would ever be able to pick Hoko versus Pope. We have so many guys on both teams. I don't know if I could pick if that comes third. Obviously, that we got a long way to go, and they're taking it one series at a time. But if that's really the third round matchup, it's I don't know. It's a toss up for me. I don't think I could do it.
I believe wasn't that state championship matchup 2 years ago as well?
Yeah,
so
and that's the one. John
history
Stutzer,
there.
If we're not playing at Gwinnett Striper Stadium, Stutzer has 2 bombs and a triple to lead off the game that day.
He almost did it last year again too. He went dead center and got called.
So same thing. I think he led off that game against Hoko with a triple, and then that was obviously Burris and Dunford. So that Pope was a bit outmatched that game, but man, they're pretty even. I think that they both have the one arm. They both have the one arm. Will Allen versus Ethan Garrett. If we match up that way, so that's going right at each other with their best arms. And then after that, it's just good, consistent strike throwing arms.
I mean, dude, the Max Will Hyde Nick Boborowski matchup will be electric. That will be. It'll be an hour and 25-minute game. They're gonna get outs all day long. It's it's literally gonna be good baseball. That's
and their lineups are pretty similar. I would say. Abney and Stutzer can run into them. Obviously, Gallison's having an unreal year. I mean, I say hitters, but Vic Gann and Kendall can both hit, both run into. I think playing in a big park or playing at their high school park in that third round is going to be massive.
Yeah, hit tool wise, you have Kendall, and then you have somebody like Tanner Morneau who's gonna match.
Wimbush,
gonna match up everywhere from 1 through 9. A guy like Caden Campbell can be an X factor in that, who can just break out at any time and show power in front of that lineup as well. So. Yeah, man. It's a long way away, but if that happens,
Pope's got the lefties, and especially too, what I don't know. I need to look at seeding, depending if it matches up to at Hoko or to at Pope. Regardless, those are 2 of the hardest places in the state to play at. Those places, we're not even gonna be able to get in those places. I remember, what year was it? I think it was my first year as scouting director. It was Pope versus somebody, and I got to the game 45 minutes early, and they said it was sold out. So I almost didn't even get in that game, and that's the way it'll be at Hoko and at Pope. They're gonna have to bring in more bleachers in the outfield at Pope, they've done in the past. But yeah, looking way
just
too
brings the
far
energy up
ahead.
even more, you know. I
Looking,
know we're getting ahead of ourselves. This is what
no.
we did not want to do on this show. Is like people are asking us for state championship predictions like week 2 of the season, and now we're talking.
Yeah, that's what I'm not giving. I'm not giving my prediction of Pope versus
we're not doing
Pope
that.
versus Hoko.
No,
Not
we
giving
just would
that
like
one.
to see it. If it happens, it happens. Would be cool.
Yeah, we're hoping for Stutzer to hit a bomb. We want Gallison to hit a bomb. We want it to be a 4-4 game going into the 9th inning. So
we need all the juice. Like we need it.
Anyways,
another hour.
Big week ahead, guys. This was a fun one for sure. Bringing on Avery. Like I said, it's been a short spring, but a long spring at the same time. We're having to start looking ahead to summer. Like I mentioned, top prospect games, underclass guys. That thing's gonna be sold out here in a week or two. So get in there if you haven't already. Those invited acceptances are kind of rolling out as we go. We'll try to get one for everybody. Obviously, we'll have to start doubling up and whatnot, but just trying to slow play those out. While we got so much content this spring. So we'll get one more scout blog out from last week tomorrow with a lot of those guys in there that Avery saw, some of the guys I saw. But these next, really this week's going to be massive. The scout blog probably going to be like 50-plus players. Be sure to check out all those. Player of the weeks, be sure to check those out. We need coaches, send in a few more names. We're kind of getting light on names as we go throughout the season. That's usually how it goes, obviously, with coaches getting so busy. But make sure you tell your coach. They should have got an email from me with that link to fill out player of the week stuff. So make sure those guys get those in. Like I said, a lot of good content coming out here in the next couple weeks. Going to be a lot of good baseball. So let us know those matchups as they come in. I know I got shout out to Terrence's dad. He's keeping me informed in the loop with some stuff. He sent me some links with some matchups and whatnot. So we're going to try to have some of that stuff on our site as well. This week will kind of be a catch-up week, and we'll get some stuff on the site for playoffs and things like that. So, yeah, keep us posted on those matchups. We'll try to be as many places as we can be. Obviously can't be everywhere at once, but we'll do our best. So appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you guys at the field this week. Out from episode 13.
See y'all later.